always wanted to be an archaeologist, so I'm an anthropological archaeologist. One of the great things about it is it's such an interdisciplinary sort of field, so I figure it's great for people like me that are kind of intellectually ADD.
Fixing a car is quite an intellectual endeavor. To me, it seems like it's kind of a perfect balance between the intellectual and the sort of the kinetic work where you're moving and not just sitting at a desk.
Fixing cars is pretty much black and white. It's broke, figure out what's wrong with it and fix it.
I always enjoyed math. I enjoyed the fact that this was kind of a lot more concrete where you got this like final answer solution.
As we say, accounting is the language of business. Always understanding the numbers, following the money, always helps you make better decisions, I think.
Music is a perfect element to learn how to grow. In my life, it has played a significant role in learning and maturing and being aware of the world around you because it connects in so many different levels.
I studied secondary education and history, but to make it through the tuition fight, I had to find a job, and that was working for an electrical company.
Well, I just decided to start taking classes that sounded interesting to me, actually, and I took a psychology class, and I just fell in love and just decided that was going to be my pursuit.
Occupational therapy is unique in how we go about helping people to be independent, to take the abilities that patient does have, and to help them to be able to function in their day-to-day life.
Counseling, you have the capability of taking someone who knows that education is important and help them become what they want to be.
Everybody remember that, chapter 4? Once I got here, I just love being around the students, their energy, their excitement, and their passions kind of lit my passion.
I always liked helping people be good at their job. I mean, we spend a third of our life at work. The opportunity to help people to be able to be good at their work appeals to me.
I had struggled educationally in high school and a little bit in college, but when I went to the community college, it was like a second chance, and I was able to turn myself around with the help of some really great teachers, and that just really inspired me to want to give back to students the same way that my teachers had benefited me.
If you would ask me 7, 8 years ago, I would have said, well, I want to be at a big Tier 1 research institute, teaching at a big college, doing a lot of research and that type of stuff, and community college wouldn't have been anywhere even on that radar. But really, that first year I was here, really began to appreciate just how rewarding it is to be able to make really an impact in a lot of kids that sometimes are looking for a little direction and sort of inspiration in their lives.
Those that come in with certain skill set are capable of achieving certain things here and move on, and those who are starting, perhaps this is their exploratory stage. Doesn't really matter at what skill level they come. It is more how serious they are and what is it that they are seeking in exploring music.
To really allow some of these students that haven't had good experience with school to learn that the angle of using your hands and building something can be really rewarding,
I had a student who just needed to finish Math 095. It was probably his 3rd time taking the class, and by the end of the semester he finally passed the class, and I got an email from him that he got a job that he wanted, and that was just really gratifying.
See if we can get that one still. Feel any different?
Oh, yeah.
One of the reasons I was drawn to come to GRCC was that opportunity to both practice as a professional and to teach students. And so every day I come into the classroom and there's a recent and relevant example. And I think not only is that energizing for me, but I think it's energizing for the students to realize that this isn't just some isolated concept, that there's that real life example that just happened.
Just watching good teachers teach and going, I like the way this happens, so I'm going to use that. So many students learn in so many ways, so I think it takes somewhat to be creative. And then certainly patience is probably the biggest thing.
Using fewer words than everyone else. You just use some space. Leave a little time in there, whether they're taking mental notes or writing them down. I think the students can do better if you don't feel like you have to fill every moment with words.
My job isn't to teach them about anthropology, but it's to teach them to think anthropologically. Once you kind of go that transformative type of process of helping them adjust their, really the foundational thinking that they have for it, I think they definitely do start seeing the world differently because of that.
To me, just giving students the skills that they need to succeed, such as study skills, for example, is really important. So, and meeting with students individually when they're struggling, making sure they're using the right study strategies.
A lot of times what seems so simple to you is really difficult for others to understand. And so how do you break that down, and how do you make it into terms that students can understand it, and not just understand it, but then put it into practice?
From a teaching perspective, demonstration, modeling, allowing students to do hands-on activities, allowing them to troubleshoot and find problems with things. All those things are things that teachers really focus on, but from the trade perspective are just natural ways of teaching.
I don't think anybody really ever knows if they're a good teacher or not, that we all kind of have this, I think the psychologists call it imposter syndrome in there. But I think if you have the passion for it, then you never really arrive at being a good teacher, but it's really kind of a craft or an art that you're constantly pursuing and working at.
Loving the subject matter has a lot to do with being a good teacher, and when you love your subject matter, it shows in the classroom.
As we go into the classroom every day, I think we're constantly evaluating how things went and changes we might want to make. Really having the opportunity as a teacher to continue to learn is one of the other things that's really exciting, and I look forward to for years to come.
I come from a place in industry where you kept your job by improving and working as hard as you can to do as best as you can. And that's kind of the way I still think of myself.
I think we're very innovative. I think we bring a lot of new ideas, new processes, new policies, a sense of vision. And I think we're good because we've been at it for a long time.
It's an honor to be a tenured faculty, and it also means that there is responsibility on my part to focus on students, make sure that I never feel comfortable enough, nor do they, in what we do, to the point that we would just accept average.
As soon as I started working here was a big change from where I'd been before, is just the dedication of all of the faculty that teach here to student success. Everybody's here. Everybody I've talked to, everybody I've worked with is here to help students succeed, and that's been really refreshing to see.